Hey, how's everybody doing today? This is Rich here on behalf of Rich TV Live with our very special guest. It is Peter, the Pip Eater. How you doing today, Peter?
Good, Rich. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I wanted to say congratulations on all of your success, and I would love for you to share your story about how you went from where you have been in your life to getting into this trading academy where you've become kind of like a celebrity within our team because like everyone's like, how's Peter doing it? Like you've made it look too easy, and it's not that easy. It's not, but you've literally made it look too easy. So where did it come from? Where'd you come from? Your background, and tell everyone how you kind of heard about this academy and how long you've been in it, and how you've started to kind of master it in like 2 weeks or less.
Yeah, 3 weeks. So I started in the petroleum industry, Rich. I've been in the petroleum industry pretty much most of my adulthood. Away from home, offshore on rigs, different countries, different parts of the world. Been doing that for quite some time now. And, made some money, and then when I started to make some money, I got into equity trading. I never really got that down packed, equity trading, investing on companies and so on and so forth. I mean, a company can turn around really, really quick. You can wake up in the morning and a new announcement they can release an announcement you can drop 30% one day. I mean, before you even wake up in the morning. So it's lost quite a bit of money in equities. I've been doing equities for some time, and then around 2015, 2016, I started doing some research, and I found out that the Canadian government was going to legalize cannabis, and I figured, well, hey, that's a good investment. Why not try that out? Started doing more research. I got in touch with your show. I started watching your show, I guess around 2015, 2016, liked your show. Did a lot of talking there and sending messages and so on and so forth. And watching your show since. Invested in the cannabis, of course. Did well with cannabis. This is one of the only industries I did well with were equities. Then I started getting into charts and technicals and fundamentals and companies and trying to understand balance sheets and financial statements and so on and so forth. That plays a big role rather than just the hype as we saw in the NJ industry. And now this all collapsed, of course. Now everyone's just following the fundamentals, which most of them don't have. And yeah, and then I was watching your show there a couple of weeks ago, and like I say about a month ago, you were always mentioning the academy, Forex Academy. I was like, okay, Forex. Yeah, I know what Forex is all about. And I started looking into the academy, doing some research on that, and I like what I saw. So I joined the academy through you. Thanks a lot, Rich, and really appreciate that. And then I started looking at some videos on the academy, spending about 3 to 4 hours a day on weekdays, not on weekends, on weekdays. I'd start early in the morning, 3 to 4 hours on the academy. I like what I saw, and then I opened up a demo account, not a live account, a demo account. The demo account gives you $100,000 US, of course. This is demo trading, right? Not real time, or not real dollars, not your dollars, anyways. And I applied that to what I was watching on the academy and to what I've learned in my life and to what I follow in charts and to what I follow with fundamentals and momentum and all that good stuff. I started on demo trading. And man, it just was crazy. I mean, I started on one method and it just worked out. It was just green, 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 green. But my trading method was more like I bought on momentum. I bought on momentum. As soon as I saw the momentum, I bought it. And I didn't wait for weakness. I just sold on momentum. Immediately sold it. Like, you don't have to wait a day. You don't have to wait hours. You buy equities, you got to wait a day, a week, a year, who knows? And like I said, you can wake up in the morning and they have a press release and shot, wow, down 30% in no time, like even before I woke up. But Forex, you don't have that. And Forex, you're free to go and come as you wish. Just buy it and sell it as you wish. As for myself, I'd wake up in the morning, I read the Forex news, the Forex trading, whatever currency I want to trade with. Then I'll read the economical data. I mean, what the country you're going to trade, their currency, what economics is coming out that day, what you got to follow, that kind of stuff. And then I'll start trading. My charts are all ready because I'm only trading one currency. I'm doing one currency, one pair, which is the British pound and the US dollar. That's all I've been trading. Why am I only trading that? Because people are asking me, why are you only trading one currency? Well, because I can only follow one currency. I know their economical data. I know what's going to happen tomorrow in the country. I'm following the news. I'm following the US dollar index. So I have a pretty good grasp of what's going on with that currency. That pair, that specific pair, that's the only pair I trade. So, I mean, if you ask me what's going to happen tomorrow, I know what economic data is going to come out tomorrow in the U.S. I know what economic data is going to come out in the Great British Pound. So I'm ready for it. I'm not going to start trading other pairs because I don't know the country's economics. I don't understand it. And if you know and you understand that, you have a pretty good grasp of what's going to happen when you start trading.
Wow.
I follow the trades. I follow the momentums. I see a pattern. I see a pattern forming for like 30 minutes. Up, down, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. RSI 30, everyone's buying. RSI 70, everyone's selling. Man, you do that two times. You just do the same thing, copy and paste, and that's it. That's all it is, man.
It's funny when you keep it simple.
That's all I'm doing.
You know what's so funny, Peter, is that when you keep it simple, it actually is easier. And it's funny because everyone's like, what's Peter doing? And now you're explaining it, and it sounds so simple.
I am not really. That's all I'm doing, guys. Literally. I mean, that is all I'm doing. It sounds simple. Actually, if you follow the pattern, you follow the momentum, and you follow the RSIs, and you can see it for half an hour. It's just following the same momentum. Maybe higher highs or lower lows, you'll understand it after half hour. That's it, bang. You get in, you're out. I make a buy in 1 minute later, I'm selling on momentum. I'm not selling on weakness. I don't sell on weakness. I don't want to take the chance because that weakness goes away really fast. I'll buy it on momentum. I'll sell it on momentum.
I love the fact that you're talking about one pair. Guys, everyone that's listening all over the world, take this advice. If you are struggling to watch 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5 pairs, 6 pairs, 10 pairs, guess what? Peter just said it. He's like, I want to keep it simple. I want to get to know one pair, and I want to know all the economic data on that one pair, all the news on that one pair. I want to date that one pair, the GBP USD, which happens to be the second largest volume pair in the world behind the Euro USD. Euro USD is 1, and then GBP USD is number 2. Those are actually my 2 favorite pairs personally, and I actually like to trade those the most. But the thing that Peter's doing, which I actually really like, and I haven't even tried myself, he's just following one pair, mastering that one pair, which is actually kind of genius. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to talk about numbers, and he's not going to either because that's his personal situation. This man's killing it. I've never seen anything like it. Even he said off the air before this, he goes, Rich, I'm killing it. And it's he doesn't even know what to say. It's almost, he's smiling, because he's doing so well, right? And I don't want to jinx him, but you're pretty confident right now. I can tell. I'm
in a good spot. I also good spot. I got my charts all set up too, right? So I wake up in the morning, my chart is ready because it's the same chart I used yesterday. So I got nothing to do with the charts, and I'm only following about 5 indicators, and that's it. Because I find if you put too many indicators, it just gets all confusing. One line's going down, the other line's going up. I mean, no. I'm following about 4 or 5 indicators, and I know what to expect. And then I'll look at the market for a half an hour. I mean, the currency I want to trade, the pair I want to trade. I'll watch it for a half an hour. If I see the trend repeating itself, man, I'm in there. I'm in there hard.
Nice.
And that's it. I do that for 3 hours, Rich. I'm done. I'm done for the day. And I do it between 6 and 9:30 maximum, 9:30 Eastern time, meaning when the market's open. I like to be out of there because I find when the market's open, it gets a little erratic. And the trends start to change. It's either going to go up really huge or go down really huge. I've noticed that, so I don't want to get into that. But I find between 6 a.m. and 9:30 Eastern time, meaning New York time, is the best time for me.
I noticed that you use very high. I noticed you use very high lot sizes.
Yeah,
do you want to talk about your strategy there because that's how you make a lot of money, guys, right?
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, using higher lot sizes, you get the return. So if I buy a lot higher, like a 5, let's say 5 blocks, I'll get in 5 blocks. I'm out within a minute, 2 minutes. I'm not going to leave it in there, for a long time
because it's risky. You can win big, you can lose big,
or you can lose a lot of money.
Exactly.
Right. So once you get into the momentum, I buy in momentum. I sell in momentum, guaranteed to make money. How are you going to lose money in momentum? How are you going to lose money if you buy and sell into momentum? You're not.
You're
that's just not going to make as much money if you sell in a longer momentum, right?
Of course.
But I don't want that. I want the guaranteed sale, man.
It's working for you.
Yeah,
I'm not going to tell you to change anything.
I'm not changing nothing, Rich.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even dare to say, even when I was talking to people building a team, I was kind of walking on eggshells because I didn't want to change anything. you know? Because when you build your business, sometimes that could take away your focus, right? Now you're doing something else. So you're not as much focused on trading every day. So I was a little concerned because I didn't really want to do that because when you have someone that's doing really well, you want them to continue that success, right? Because it isn't that easy, Peter. And there are other guys that are new and girls within our team that they start and they lose, right? You're like almost an anomaly. Like it's almost like an abnormal situation to have someone start. Like you on demo made 70 grand. I remember you telling me, like, Rich, I made 70 grand on demo in like 3 days.
Yeah,
And I was like,
in less than a week.
and I was like, what? I never heard of that before. Like, I have a couple guys that made like 30 grand, 70. And I was like, whoa. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, this guy's going to kill it. I already knew you were going to kill it because even that was abnormal. And I've been doing this long enough, I could kind of tell which people are going to do well with it right off the bat. You could kind of see it. Amanda's another one who day one doubled her money. This Friday, her first day trading, doubled her money. And when she was trading demo, she was winning and winning and winning and winning. So one of the best advices I can give to anybody that's watching, we got 26 people watching right now. Guys, trade in demo first. Because if you can't win in demo, why would you go to real money? Would you agree, Peter? Like, it doesn't make sense.
I mean,
right?
I went in demo. I felt comfortable. Even I told you. I remember I told you, Rich. I said I'm not going to go into live trading until I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Then I got comfortable. I opened the account. You helped me through opening the account. Thanks very much, Rich. And then I went live, man. I started slow, and then, like I said, as soon as I saw a pattern forming and repeating itself, I said, "What do I need to change anything? Why do I need to get more aggressive than I am now? Why do I need to get or bring emotion into it? Once you bring emotion into it, forget it. You're done."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I just watch one economic data. I mean, I don't want to watch the world news because once you start watching news, different types of news, you're done.
Yeah.
You're gonna get different ideas. You have to stick to a strategy. You gotta have a plan, man. Stick to your plan, and that's it. You want $1,000 a day? Then get your $1,000 a day. Get out.
What are your goals? What are your goals with this company, Peter? Like, you've started like doing really well. We've talked about building, a team because the academy provides incredible incentive to grow the academy. Like, I've never seen anything like it. I was on a call yesterday with Alex Morton, who is a chairman elite in this company, which means I believe he's making $1 million a month residual. He's 30. That's like what basketball players and baseball players make. Like, we're at the same level in this academy where you could be making as much as like a celebrity, a professional athlete. That's mind-boggling to me to think that you can make that type of money in 4 or 5 years just by introducing people to this academy. Is that something that you're ready to start doing? Because you're obviously doing extremely well trading. So I can imagine you teaching people to do your system could be pretty dynamic.
Well, actually, Rich, as of yesterday, I thought about going live 1 day a week, live trading.
Nice. You guys hear that? You guys hear that?
Not just yet. Give me another week or 2 weeks to make sure that what I'm doing is actually, going to stick. It's just not one of those things that just happened last week. And, I just want to make sure I do it repetitive this week and repetitive the next week. And then I'm going to go live trading for 1 day a week at least.
And
see how it goes from there.
And we'll be able to just live stream it?
Yeah, live stream, just like you're doing with Antoine. Kind of same thing. But of course, it's got to be in the morning hour. I mean,
yeah, of course. We would do it when you want to do it. We have to do it when you're comfortable, right? I actually spoke to Antoine and said the same thing. I was like, because Antoine just does the Zoom calls. We don't go live on YouTube. And I was like, do you want to go live on YouTube one day? And he's like, we can do that? I was like, bro, what you're doing is wild. We have to go live on YouTube at least once because it's like all night long. It's just crazy, actually. And I have a feeling, Peter, that when we go live, you're going to have a lot of people watching because people want to learn and people want to earn and people want to see what people that are creating success are doing. And the thing I like about what you're doing is it actually sounds very simple. When you mark the charts, I really like that website that you are using, FX Street. Very good website. Very good website. Yeah. One of the things that I noticed when you go to tools, when you put in a pair and you click on tools, it writes the support lines and resistance lines. So what I've been doing, I don't know if you're doing this yourself, but I actually started in my charts, I've been marking the support and resistance lines. And what I've been teaching the new guys is this is a very good site because it's showing you the support and resistance lines. So support lines are institutional support lines where when it gets to that region, that's when the institutions are buying. And one of the things that I've been learning, and the reasons why I'm starting to love Forex, it's like a $6.6 trillion a day business versus the stock market, which is in the billions. It's not even in the same wavelength.
It's huge, man.
Right?
It's also, I feel it's much safer, Rich.
It is.
I mean,
it's
like
not
I
like,
don't
it's
wanna,
not
I
this.
don't want to invest anymore in companies, man.
Yeah, it's not like, it's not like this. It's like this, then it's like this, then it's like this, then it's like this. So it's not like stock where, oh, it's up 300%, then it goes down 150%, then it goes up.
If you follow the
100%.
economical data of that particular currency, you have a pretty guess what's going to happen that day, right? You know, I mean, so you got to follow the momentum. It's completely different than trading equities, and I'm much more like this than trading in equities, and I'm going to stick to it. So my objective right now, I'm not working. I'm in the oil industry. I know a lot of guys are not working. A lot of guys in my situation, and I clicked on. I clicked onto it. I'm going to share it with them. Anyone that wants to join my community, I will share it with them. I'll take them on a one-on-one basis and see what happens. So yeah, I'm going to start that, Rich. I was not thinking about it last week, but talking to you a couple of times, seeing what you're doing, I enjoy it. And yeah, I want to help some guys out, so that's what I'm going to do.
I think it's great. I think, honestly, Rich TV Live is obviously my baby. We've been building this for 3 years, but I honestly love this academy. I'm spending so much time learning, going to, different online sessions and watching other traders and teaching people how to trade. And I just find myself just really enjoying it, enjoying the team that we have, the camaraderie, joking around and coming up with nicknames like Peter the Pip Eater. But it kind of sticks, right? Because you're eating pips every day. You're eating the pips. So, we got Ross, and I was joking today in the group chat, and I was like, Rick Ross, and he's like, that's what everyone calls me. So I'm like, it's just funny that, we could create this type of atmosphere and camaraderie. And what would be great is if we can all just make a lot of money, guys, whether it be through trading, building, or both within this academy, and just have more fun and travel and have fun and make money. Because that's really why I do this. From day one, I always imagined that Rich TV Live would be a place we would be able to have fun and make money and grow as a community. And that's essentially what's starting to happen. So I'm very excited to see how you build your team. I think you're going to do very well. You seem like a very organized person. I know you have a LinkedIn group that you put a message in. And how many people emailed you right away showing interest about the academy so far?
I put it in LinkedIn. I have a group on LinkedIn. It's got 11K members, just over 11K members. I put it on LinkedIn yesterday, so just over 26 hours. I've got over 1,500 responses.
Responses or views?
No, views.
Okay.
Sorry, 1,500 views, and I've got over 100 responses.
100 responses?
Yeah. In my email account on LinkedIn and in my personal email, over 100, Rich. Yeah. I have not responded yet, and these guys are all oil field people, people that I've worked with in the past, people that know me, and they know me. So I mean, they know what kind of person I'm like. So yeah, absolutely, I'll respond to them.
That's great.
And hopefully I can help them out. And we'll see how it goes. But of course, I mean, you got to do your own homework, right? Anyone that's going to join the academy, man, you just got to do your own stuff, do your own research, and don't listen to anybody. I mean, what I mean by that is don't listen, do your own thing is what I'm saying. Yeah, take everyone's advice, but you got to use it in your own way, right?
That's a good point there, because some of the problems that I see is you come into the academy and then there's so many mentors. So you're bouncing around watching this guy, watching this lady, you're watching this person, and you're just bouncing around. So you're not really trading with them. You're kind of trading with everyone, and that's not a recipe for success. So for me, I found Antoine, and I trade with Antoine. And then in the mornings, and that's like a London session, and then for New York session, I trade with Omar. Now, Omar, in the mornings, he's getting, like, on average with his team, he gets 100 to 200 pips a day. So he's really good, right? And he's growing, and he's doing very well. And Antoine, he averages at least 50 to 300 pips a day. So between those two guys, I'm extremely comfortable having myself and our team trade with them. I would love to have some internal guys within our team, like yourself, whenever you're comfortable, be another person that we could trade with. No pressure. There will never be pressure on anyone. But if we could trade live together, it's just sharing trade ideas. And I want to make sure you guys know that if we're trading live and Peter's going to take a trade or I'm going to take a trade, it doesn't mean it's going to win. And you can't hold me responsible or Peter responsible if we win or we lose on a trade. We're just trying to share trade ideas. And you have to always remember that Rich TV Live is always strictly for education and entertainment purposes. And past results are not always going to be an indication of future results. So just because Peter had a phenomenal week last week, it doesn't mean that he's going to do that next week. I hope he does. And I'm sure he hopes he does. And I believe he will. But we cannot guarantee on a trade-by-trade basis that every single trade is going to win. So when you copy trade a mentor for an hour, that mentor might have one bad trade. And that one bad trade might be the one trade that you copy. That's the problem. Then that mentor closes their screen and you're no longer trading with them all day and they might win the rest of the day. But because you were live for 1 hour and you're copying them for one trade, you might have a bad experience. It doesn't mean they're a bad trader. It just means that that one specific trade may have been a bad trade. And I like the fact that Peter's trading on his own because he's not allowing anyone to mess with what's working for him. And when you get in a zone with trading, you don't really want anyone to break you out of that zone. That's
exactly.
That's
exactly the way I feel, Rich.
Right? Like you're in a zone, like
That's
you've
what
got, right? You're on fire, you just keep hitting it.
Stay away from the noise, man. What works for you and stick with it. Once you find what works for you, stick to it. Don't start getting creative. You don't need to get creative. Why do you need to get creative if it's working for you, right?
Exactly. And it's funny because Amanda doubled her money her first day, and her goal was to double her money. And she doubled her money, and then she was like, we were talking, and I was, celebrating with her, congratulating her, and then she's like, I want to catch more pips. And she's watching it, and I'm like, stop. I told her, stop. And she's like, why? I go, because you already hit your goal. The only thing that can happen now is something bad can happen. Because you've already hit your goal. So yeah, you can make more, but what happens if you lose? Now you're going to start chasing to get back to your goal. You already hit your goal. Enjoy the weekend. Go celebrate, relax, and then start fresh on Sunday. Do you agree that you have to kind of know when to stop? Because that's a big part of this.
If you don't, you do things differently, eh? And then when you start losing, what happens when you start losing? You want your money back, and you want your money back quickly. So what do? You
revenge trade. You're looking for the next trade, and then the trade's not there. And the RSI is maybe at 40, and you're like, oh, I'm going to get in, even though it should be at 30 or 20 or 10 when you call a buy, right?
No, I don't do it. I used to do that with equities, and believe me, I've lost big. So no, I'm not doing that path anymore. Yeah, no, it's working for me. Like I said, I buy in momentum, I sell in momentum, I don't sell on weakness. As soon as I see a little weakness, if I even do get that far, I'm out. And that all happens within minutes, eh? I mean, it's rare that I'll stay in for a couple hours. And that's the beauty of Forex trading. That is the beauty of Forex trading.
If there was any advice you could give to somebody that's getting started, what would it be?
Well, I would definitely learn my charts. I would definitely learn the charts. I definitely learn how the indicators work. That is important because Forex goes so fast, just jumps around so quickly. And you can't use emotions. Emotions have to stay out. You definitely need a plan. Plan is imperative here. Don't go up beyond your plan. Don't need it. I mean, you got a plan. Like I said, if you want to make $100 a day, great. Get $100 a day. That's $500 a week. What did you do? You did what? 2-3 hours of work, and then build it up. Once you feel comfortable, go to $200. You feel comfortable with that, you mastered it, go to $300, etc., etc., etc. I myself, I'm at a situation now where I don't need to grow that. I don't want to grow anymore. I mean, I'm quite happy. My priority now is to do the same thing I've been doing. If I can manage to do the same thing and maintain that, then I know I'm doing something right. So that's what I'm doing. And I wish everyone did the same thing. I'm not saying the value of the dollar. I'm talking about the method. If that method works, man, there's no endless. I mean, the possibilities is endless, what I should be saying. But yeah, you definitely need a plan. Plan is imperative. And don't use your emotions. As soon as you become emotional, shut down the computer. Out. Bye. Good night.
That's great advice. And do you think that, do you use any other tools other than FX Street? That is there anything else you use, or is it just FX Street? Like, what are the websites?
FX Street, and I use the FXS, yeah, and I use the economical calendar. I can't remember what it's called in news. Here, actually, I got it on my phone. Hold on. Actually, I sent them to the group. I sent them twice to the group last week. Yeah, I used the FX Street app and the Investing.com app. The Investing.com app I use mostly for the economical data.
Okay.
And the Forex, meaning that the dollar, the real-time dollar value, which is like if you're going to trade the British pound and the dollar, you need to watch the dollar Forex as well. Just the dollar. What's the dollar doing? Like I think the dollar now is at 99.9 or something. I myself, I've been watching the dollar real-time value. So when the dollar goes up, pound is going to go down. So you sell or buy on that, turn in on that. If the dollar goes down, you know the pound's going to go up. So you buy. If the dollar goes up and the pound goes down, you sell, right? Same thing. That's what I'm watching. And they work simultaneously.
You make it sound so
side
simple.
by side. You put the charts side by side. You'll see the U.S. dollar going up, and then the GPD, the Great British Pound going down. You put those charts side by side. That's all you need to do. And watch your RSI and the momentum and the strength. I also like the awesome oscillator, because that if you put that on a 1 minute, it's actually doing the opposite of momentum. And it's actually quite accurate on a 1 minute. I like that one a lot.
Sorry, which one is that?
That one first. The awesome oscillator. The awesome oscillator.
Awesome oscillator. Oh, that's the indicator that you like?
That's my favorite. On the 1 minute though, eh? Not the 5 minute, the 1 minute. Because when you see the momentum up, this one will go down. It does the opposite. Interesting. And it actually starts, the trend will start faster than any other indicator. That's what I find anyways. But everyone's different.
Oh, it's good.
I catch that one really on the 1 minute, man. As soon as you've seen that graph change, I'm in.
So you're watching the 1 minute time frame? Is that the one you watch?
On this one, yes.
But is that what you watch all day? Is it just the 1 minute?
No, I watch the 1 and the 5 minute, Rich.
So you're sniper, guys. He's a pure sniper. He doesn't look at the
I got
one.
two screens, man. I got one on the 1 minute, one on the 5 minute, and then you can determine in between.
So you have two screens, one on the 1 minute, one on the 5 minute at all times, and you're just watching those two, and then you're watching news, and you're watching the price action of the U.S.
I do my news first, Rich. I get it. I wake up in the morning, I watch the news, I read the Forex, I read the economical calendar. I got that all written down, what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. So I know last week they had the GDP, right? The GDP was, 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Man, as soon as the GDP came out, the dollar crashed. It was like instantaneously. You don't want to be in. You don't want to be in a market when that happens, right? You want to be out. You don't want to have any entries in that way, because it can go up or down really
Very
quick.
risky.
You guys saw it. You guys watched that last week?
Oh,
man?
yeah. It was nuts.
The pound went from 125 to 126 in like 1 hour. It was crazy.
Ripping.
But you don't know. You don't know if that's going to happen. If the news was good or news is bad, you don't know. So for me, I don't want to be in the market at that point. I don't want to have any Forex entries at that point. So this is what I do, right?
Have you ever looked at the overall stock market and seen that when the stock market goes down, the U.S. dollar goes up?
That's correct. Yes.
Have you noticed that? And I noticed
when the
this
Dow goes
trend.
down, the dollar goes up, and the pound goes down.
Yeah.
I put that in the Forex. I put that in one of the comments there last week.
Yeah, and it's something I've noticed. I've noticed this trend. I'm like, it's so weird, but it's true. It happens, and it's like every time the market screams up, the U.S. dollar goes down. It's
Watch the index, man. Watch the dollar index. Put the Dow Jones, the dollar index, and then put your currency, your pair you want to trade. Just put three of them, those three screens side by side, and you'll see the trends are like identical in different directions, of course. But man, it's just crazy.
It's a wild world.
You can follow that.
It's a wild world.
So any currency you want to trade, you got to follow that index. If you want to watch the Japanese and U.S., you got to watch the U.S. index real time, and then the Japanese pair, and so on and so forth. But I mean, for me, what works, I'm watching one pair, and that's it.
I like that.
Only one pair. It's less complicated. I know what's happening. I know what's happening in the UK. I know what's happening in the US. I have a pretty good idea. You watch too much, man. It just gets a little faster.
I think that out of this video, that's the one part that I think everyone's going to really get, because we're not doing that. I don't actually know anyone else that's saying that they watch one pair other than you. And that's the one thing that I think is new that you're doing that nobody else is really doing. I think we're all watching 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 pairs. And that might be a part of our downfall, guys, when we're trading. Maybe we got too much on the go. We got too many things that we're looking at. Let's just master one pair. We're talking to a guy who's doing extremely well, and we're not going to talk about numbers, but how much has your account grown with live money, percentage-wise,
Uh,
in a week?
1,000%.
Your account's grown by 1,000%?
Over 1,000%.
Over 1,000%?
Yeah, I kid you not, Rich. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys. I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know it was like that. Whoa.
Yeah, over 1,000%.
Okay, guys, so Peter has doubled, tripled, quadrupled, 10x'd his account in how long have you been trading live? 1 week? Week and a half?
5, 6, 7, 8 trading days.
So in 8 trading days, Peter has 10x'd his account.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, he didn't start with hundreds. So I'm not going to
I'm
go
doing
into
the
his
same thing
numbers.
I've been doing since day one, Rich? I have not changed my strategy, man.
I love it,
I've
Peter.
been trading the same pair. I've been doing the exact same thing. I have not changed anything. And that's it. I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to see if it's going to work for me this week.
Can you...
You know, if I know it works for me this week, then I know I'm doing something right? We'll see.
Can you let us know what... You said you have 5 indicators you use. Can you explain which 5 indicators?
So the RSI, the moving average, standard deviation, the awesome oscillator at the 1 minute, and the bands, of course.
Bollinger Bands.
That's it.
I love it. My favorite indicator is the RSI. I live off the RSI. That is, you know, if you buy under 30 RSIs and you sell over 70 RSIs, you're going to win 80% of your trades.
Well, that's it too, Rich. Like I said, once you have one pair, watch it for half an hour. Watch it and see what it does. If it repeats itself, or if it goes at a higher, and lower, low, or vice versa, then you know what's going to happen next, right?
Absolutely.
It's common sense, man.
Well,
I
Peter,
won't say common sense, but I mean, if you know, you definitely have to understand the charts. You have to understand, you know, the indicators. You have to understand how the indicators work, and only choose the indicators that work for you. Once you get too many indicators on your charts, it just gets confused. And there's numbers and things and graphs and up and down signals. Just too much to watch, man. Try to make it simple.
Do you think that a part of this, and I personally think this, I think a lot of people want to show big words, big indicators, lots of stuff on their charts to look
too much.
Like they know a lot. I say dumb it down. Keep it really, really simple. I don't want a whole bunch of stuff on my charts. I don't want millions of indicators. That's why I kind of try to keep it simple. I use the Bollinger Bands. I use the RSI. I use the MACD. I use the moving averages. For me, those are my 4. But you know what? I'm going to start looking into the oscillator. I also like the
1 minute, Rich. The 1 minute. And it does the opposite, eh? Just remember, the momentum goes up, the oscillator goes down.
I'm going to try that one. I'm going to try that one today when the market opens.
For someone who wants to understand charts, just open up 5 different charts or 4 different charts, whatever you can fit on your screen. If you have 2 different screens, even better. And put in different indicators on each different chart and see which one you like. And follow the market for half an hour, 1 hour, for a whole day and see which indicators you understand better. And then use those. That's all. That's what I did, Rich. That's what works for me because I understand those indicators. I know what they're doing. I know what they mean. And that basically is your Bible. If you don't know what an indicator means, don't use it.
So did you know what these indicators meant before you started in the academy?
No, that's the indicators I've been using when I'm trading equities, Rich. But equities is not the same thing. This moves so fast, man. I mean, it just moves really quickly. I mean, within 3 hours, that's it. I'm done. I want my 3 hours, and that's all I want. And sometimes I'll go back and check what the market's doing. If I see an opportunity, I'll grab it, but that's it.
But the problem with this thing is that there's always opportunity. So you got to get away. You got to get away. You know you got a family. Just get away. Yeah, just get away. Like I try to get away, guys, because it's like getting into the Matrix. You could be doing it all day. It can really, take you to a dark place if you're not like you have to separate yourself from it. This is something I was trying to teach Amanda. I was like, Amanda, I've been doing this for a long time. You don't want to overtrade, especially when you start getting tired, and you've been trading for a long time. You just have to know when to stop and say, okay, you know what? I've ate my pips for the day. I've ate for the day. I've had a good day. Let me close the computer, get a break, relax, and get ready for tomorrow. So thank you so much for this, Peter. I think this is great. I look forward to seeing you build your team. I look forward to see how you do this week. And hopefully what we can do soon, whenever you're comfortable, we can just go live and we can just trade as a team.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I think it'll be great. And we can just catch pips together and, I'll trade with you and follow your lead, brother.
We'll see how it goes this week.
All right, man. We'll continue all the great work, continue all your success. I look forward to seeing you have another huge week, and hopefully we can see you start building your business. Guys, if you would like to join Peter's team, I have his link in the description of this video. So feel free to join his team. His link is in the description of the video. And if they want to like email you, is there an email that they can reach you at?
Sure. Yeah, peterdrilling@yahoo.ca.
Oh, Peter Drilling. Speaking of drilling, are you ever going back to oil now?
You know, I actually enjoy my job, Rich, but I'm starting to enjoy Forex better.
I was going to say, because you're killing it. So I don't know, like you did that in 8 days. So like in another 8 days, you're going to be killing it.
I'm doing, let's say, 3 to 4 hours work a day. I was, on the rig, I'm doing at least 12 hours. If there's any complications, you're looking at much more than 12 hours. So no, I'm quite enjoying where I am right now. So yeah, we'll see what happens this week, Rich.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, listen, man, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on all your success, man. It really means a lot to show the entire team and the whole company, hey, look, we got a new guy that's come in and made 10 times his money in 8 days. I thought it was like maybe 3 times your money, maybe 4. I didn't know it was like that. Guys, yeah. Peter was 32 for 32 on Friday. He told me, and he's telling me, he's like, Rich, I had my best day ever. I was 32 for 32. I was like, what? Like, it's not even normal. So, congratulations.
You know what? Each
brother.
trade was identical, eh? If it wasn't a buy, it was a sell. All momentum. I'm telling you, man. Momentum.
So you never go against momentum. You just ride momentum. You never do the trend reversal. Rarely. You rarely do.
Oh yeah, reversal. I do. Yeah,
okay.
If it goes up, if I have time, because if I have 5 entries, 6 entries open, it takes time to close it, right?
Of course.
So if it's staggering around there and I see the momentum reversing, yeah, I'll try and sell. I mean, sell as an entry, right? I'll try. I do that sometimes, Rich. Yeah, and it works. But, like if you have so many entries open, by the time you close your entries, you've already missed out, right?
Absolutely.
That's why you're quick. You got to be quick. Like once I put an entry in, I'm ready to sell it, man. I'm ready. My finger's on the sell button. Like I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm looking at the graph, looking at the chart. Bang, I'm out, gone.
Are you putting stop losses?
Yeah, I put a stop losses.
Good.
I'll watch the momentum first, and then once I'm, if I'm not comfortable, I'll put a stop loss in.
Good, because especially someone like yourself that's had so much success, you need to use stop losses to protect your account at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. If you plan on staying in as an entry for a long duration of time, absolutely you need stop losses.
Especially because you have such high lot sizes. I would never want to hear you say, oh man, I had one bad trade. I didn't put in a stop loss and lost like $5 grand, $10 grand, right? Yeah, and I know people that have done it. Like there's a chairman in the company who had 100 grand in his account, made one bad trade, didn't have a stop loss, and he lost $100,000 on one trade, bro.
Jesus.
Right? So you hear these stories, you're like, how does someone let that happen? It's just, and it's like, you're just stubborn, right? Because you're like, oh, it'll come back. And it didn't. Yeah. It just kept going.
Anytime I buy something or anytime I have an entry, I'm going to watch it until I close it. I am not leaving any entry in the market. No, not happening, man.
Yeah, buddy, that is not a good thing to do. I've tried it on demo and it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't do that with real money, guys. Don't just leave your money.
But here, my idea is
Peter,
to get in rich and get out as fast as I can.
Have you heard what Antoine does though, which is pretty wild?
I watched him one night. Yeah, I like Antoine. He's very conservative. And if you guys want to learn, man, you want to start, you're a newbie here, you go with Antoine.
But listen to this one thing he does, Peter, that I think is wild. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to try it this week. He'll buy something and he gets like on one trade, he might get 30 to 100 pips. So he's a little different. He's more of an hour. He looks at the hourly charts, right? So let's say the stock goes up or the asset goes up 30 pips. What he does then is he puts his take profit or his stop loss at 30 pips. So now the worst he can do is get 30 pips. Then he lets it ride and he goes to sleep.
Yeah, some mornings, get 30 more.
Yeah, some mornings. One morning he woke up with 600 pips.
Jesus, that's ridiculous.
So try that one time.
Yeah, I will.
Because you can't lose. Like the worst you're gonna get.
Level, yeah. I like to be in and out, Rich. That's it.
Yeah. In and out. Even if you tried on demo one day or something, it's just a wild thing because he called a trade on Thursday and he literally said, guys, put your take profit at TP3 and go to sleep. This is when you wake up, it's gonna be up 60 to 100 pips. He called it. We woke up, it went up 150 pips. I was like, oh my goodness. And I sold it. It was 2 a.m. I was tired. I was like, I'm not gonna do that, I'm like, it might, but I was like, that seems crazy. But he was so confident. He just knew it was a harmonic scanner trade. And he called it from the harmonic scanner. And he just knew. He's like, guys, I have a feeling this is going to be a good one. He goes, just set it and forget it. You'll wake up to 50 to 60 pips at least. It went up 150 pips.
That's ridiculous.
Imagine. All right, brother. Listen, man, I'm going to let you go.
Yeah.
Enjoy your family. And we'll be trading in a couple hours. So have yourself a great trading week, great trading day. And let's do this again soon.
Thanks, Rich. It's been a pleasure, man.
Always a pleasure, my friend. All right, guys, go subscribe and smash the like button and join Peter's team. He is killing it, and let's continue to kill it as a team, guys. Let's continue to win. This is Rich from Rich TV Live with Peter the Pip Eater. If you're not winning, you're not watching. We bring you winners. We bring you the news. We do interviews, and we bring it to you first. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Take care, guys.